Prime Minister Mark Carney has just delivered what may be his boldest reality check yet, and he did it right in America's backyard. Speaking at the Council on Foreign Relations, Carney outlined a plan to beat Trump's America at its own game, diversify Canada's alliances, and show that Ottawa will no longer wait for Washington's approval. At one point, he even cracked a joke about Trump's strategy, sparking laughter across the room. But behind the humor was a subtle, unmistakable message. Global power is shifting away from Trump's America, and Canada is helping lead that shift. In today's video.
A few things have changed. Certainly that convergence of values has proved elusive. The economic strategy of the United States is clearly changed from the support for the multilateral system to a more transactional and managed bilateral trade and investment approach. Global power is moving. You can debate how much or how far this will go from American hegemony to great power rivalry. And technological change is shrinking that geographic advantage that we had and expanding the fields of conflict from the virtual to the extraterrestrial. 40% of the world's listed mining companies are in Canada, to give a perspective there. We are a leading developer of AI, and our research universities are some of the biggest producers in volume of AI, computing, and quantum talent in the world. Unfortunately, most of them go to the United States. I understand you're changing your visa policy here, so you're going to hang on to a few of those.
Then came the strategy.
Carney described the Trump-era trade war as a rupture, but he emphasized that Canada used that shock to move quickly and reset its priorities. His three-pillar plan was clear: build strength at home, diversify abroad, and defend Canadian values. He backed it up with specifics: cutting barriers to interprovincial trade, doubling defense spending, and making major investments in technology. Carney's message was unmistakable. While Trump's America chooses to pick fights, Canada is building...
The second reason why I'd say we have good prospects, not assured prospects, but good prospects, is we have values to which much of the world, not all of the world, much of the world still aspires. We're a pluralistic society that works. Our cities are amongst the most diverse in the world. Public square is loud, diverse, and free. We, by the nature of our federation, we have to practice collaboration and partnership, and it's a country that is still committed to sustainability. The third reason why I'm going to argue we can thrive in this time is we recognize what's going on. This is not a transition, this is a rupture. This is a sharp change in a short period of time, driven by a variety of factors. We have a determination to rise up and meet this. And I'm going to give you one last set of threes, and then we'll have our conversation. Our response to this is to build strength at home, to build resilience by diversifying abroad, and pursue a variable geography to defend our values and pursue our interests.
In one of the lighter yet powerful moments, Carney threw shade at Trump's approach to trade, highlighting how tariffs backfired and pushed Canada to accelerate diversification. He joked that Trump had done more to bring Canada closer to Europe than any Canadian prime minister ever could. The room erupted in laughter, but the underlying message was serious. Trump's attacks failed, and Carney turned them into Canada's advantage.
So just on strength at home, I can understand if you were distracted by events down here and you haven't followed exactly everything we've been doing in the last 4 months. But while you were otherwise occupied, we are doubling our defense spending by 2030. We signed the most comprehensive agreement with the European Union from a non-European Union member. The Economic and Security Partnership with the EU, we signed that at the end of June. We're working on fleshing that out now. We will be, or we are on track, I should choose my words more diplomatically, we are on track to be a full member of SAFE, the European Defence Arrangement, which allows us to diversify and accelerate our defense procurement. This week, what day is Monday? Last week, yes. seem to miss the weekend in the middle. But we agreed a comprehensive approach within the context of USMCA, but a comprehensive approach with Mexico to deepen our bilateral trading relationships, and we are pursuing more aggressive strategies throughout Asia.
Carney then widened the lens, noting that while Washington retreats into nationalism and short-term deals, global power is shifting elsewhere. Canada is strengthening ties with Europe, Mexico, and Asia, forging new defense pacts and economic agreements without waiting for U.S. approval. It was a warning delivered in New York. The world is moving on, and if America keeps looking inward, it will lose its influence.
My last of my threes is around that variable geography. I'll just give a couple of examples of where we're active. The Coalition of the Willing for Ukraine, we are the largest contributor on a per capita basis to Ukraine. Okay. And we well, I won't go into more detail. We can talk about Ukraine if you wish. When you think about our Arctic sovereignty, that we are cooperating very closely with the Nordic Baltic 8 for physical protection up there, economic development, and also defending NATO's western flank.
Carney closed the loop with hard-hitting facts. Canada is the largest per capita contributor to Ukraine. Canada is doubling its defense spending. Canada controls 40% of the world's mining companies and is leading on climate solutions. He didn't shout or bluster. He relied on cold, hard fact to show why Canada no longer needs to depend on the U.S. In effect, Carney dismantled Trump's vision of a 51st state Canada right in front of an American audience.
We, out of the G7, are forming buyers clubs for critical minerals so that the world can diversify away from Chinese dominance. Number two, in my experience with China, they are, amongst other things, very sincere and engaged on climate. This is a country run by engineers. This is a country that understands a lot of the engineering solutions to issues around emission. They've happened to have built real competitive advantage in a number of these areas as well. So there's a question of how, and there's almost a standing offer from them about how to engage in the global comments in and around climate, which a country like Canada, which is it is an energy superpower, when we're certainly going to build and fully exploit that, then we're dealing on, and we care about this issue as well. It's still part of our policy. It's still part of, and so there's an opportunity to engage. Again, the United States could choose that lane very easily, but probably at the moment that's not where the engagement will be.
Right.
Well,
probably at the moment.
Probably.
I mean, who knows?
Mark Carney's talk at the Council on Foreign Relations wasn't just a speech. It was a display of confidence, humor, and leadership. He reminded Americans that Trump's trade war only made Canada stronger. He delivered a reality check on where global power is headed and backed it up with facts proving that Canada is building a future independent of U.S. control. And he did it all while making the room laugh at Trump's expense. This was more than foreign policy. This was Carney declaring, Canada stands tall. Canada won't be pushed around. Canada will chart its own course. For Canadians, it was a moment of pride. For Americans, especially Trump's camp, it was a warning. And for the world,